Life paths. We're now live. We're going live right now, okay? In today's video, I want to talk about the reality of dreams. I want to talk about I want to talk about the power of manifestation because we are now proliferating into the new earth. So things are manifesting at like things are just happening very fast now, okay? Now, the other day, I want to talk about how I was talking to one of my friends, and I kid you not, when I speak to other 11 life paths, it's magical. It's nothing but magic, okay? I'm speaking to my friend, and I'm like, for some reason, I told her, I'm like, I just imagine you at a Whole Foods. I don't know why I said that. It was random, but I said that I imagine her at Whole Foods. Guess what? 30 to 40 minutes later, she gets a picture of her in Whole Foods. And she's like, she's at Whole Foods, and it was synchronization. Her friend asked her to meet her at Whole Foods or something like that. And I asked her, I'm like, how often do you go there? And she's like, I think she said never or rarely. But her friend told her to meet her at Whole Foods or something like that. So what I'm trying to say over here is your manifestation is proliferating fast. Now, we're going to get into the 11 tribe mantra, and after that, I'm going to get into the new earth vibration. We're going to get into the Akashic records, okay? And we're going to talk about the most important topic on this live is going to be the law of one. I dreamed this. Hey, Jara. Harrison, I hope you're having an amazing day. You too, I hope you're having an amazing day. Okay, now, 11 tribe, we're going to get into our mantra. And know this, we're all running parallels, okay? This is so powerful. This is so powerful. You can rewind. Just, I would close my eyes and I would start visualization. Albert Einstein said, creativity is more important than intelligence. If you are a creative being, if you can learn the art of visualization, your manifestation will be on steroids. Now, together, we're going into this visualization, okay? Here's what we do. Take 2 breaths, okay? Take 2 breaths. We're going to do it together, and then we're going to get into the mantra. Okay, we're going to get into the 11 tribe mantra. Just know that us 11s run parallels. Okay, we are all running parallels in our reality, and the quickest way of manifestation is if we do it collectively. Okay. Future CEOs, future healers, legends in the making, seekers of the divine truth. Today I declare that I operate from the truth. From today, every moment that I act will be to serve the ultimate truth. I embody the truth. I will move with consistency, action, and principles. Today I begin a new life. Today I shed my old skin. Today I'm born new. My birthplace is a vineyard where there is fruit for all. I will not fail. Nature has already supplied me with knowledge and instincts. The difference between all that failed and all that succeeded is a difference in their habits. I will form good habits. I will begin to awake each morning with a vitality that I have never known before. My enthusiasm will arise. Today I begin. Today I begin a new life. All harmonious synchronizations are happening for me. The numbers are speaking to me. I pay attention to all signs in the universe and do not ignore them. Let's repeat that one. I pay attention to all the signs in the universe. You're on this live for a reason. If you're watching this live, you're not here by accident. You're here for a reason, okay? I pay attention to all the signs in the universe and do not ignore them. I am one with Mother Nature, and everything happens for me in divine timing. Everything in this universe is propagating for me. I am cut from a different cloth. Let's get the likes up, guys. Let's get the likes up right now, okay? Let's get the likes up. Now, I want you guys to know this mantra that I just read for you guys right now, the 11th tribe mantra. We are now proliferating into a new reality. We are now moving into new harmonious synchronizations. Now, I want you guys to know something right now, okay? Today, we're going to be discussing about the law of one. Now, with the law of one, I had this in my dream. Now, I didn't even know what the law of one was. I don't think I know what the law of one was. By the way, guys, if you can hear me correct, please type down one. Please put one in the chat or something if you can hear me properly, okay? I want to just make sure that you guys can hear me properly. Now, guys, I had a dream about this book, okay? So, in my dream, here's what I saw. Okay? I'm driving and I see one of my cousins and he's holding a book. And on that book, I see the Eye of Ra. Now, if you know the Eye of Ra, you know how powerful that is. Guys, I kid you not. When I saw that and I saw the law of one written on that book, in my dream I saw this, okay? I'm like, something is going on. Something is going on. Now, here's what happens, okay? I start to study about what this book is, okay? I'm like, I bought it on Audible, and I'm listening to this book. And my mind gets blown away, okay? My mind gets blown away. Now, this was a series of channeled messages received by a group of people in the 1980s. If you guys understand how deep that is, you guys will know. You guys will know what I'm talking about. Hey, thank you, John. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Virat. Thank you for being here, everyone. Okay. Now, Ra describes himself as a sixth density memory complex, evolved beyond the need of a physical body. Okay. This is why I talk about energy, frequency, and vibration. What do you think Nikola Tesla was talking about? He was talking about the codes of the universe. If you want to know about the universe, think about in energy, frequency, and vibration. I paraphrased him. Now, if you look into CIA documents, I'm not making this up. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. If you look into CIA documents, they talk about if you want to become more telepathic, you have to stop. You have to stop imagining yourself as the body. If you keep imagining yourself as a physical body, you have to tell yourself you are not the body. You are not the body. Okay, this is how you get into the power of manifestation, because as soon as you start to think from the physical reality, you start to get densified, okay? Now, all things are the expression of the same. This is where harmonious synchronization comes in. If you read the law of one, and I told you guys I dreamed about the law of one, I had dreams about this book. I had a dream about this book. Everything, all things are expression of the same. Now, if you think about it, on this live, on not this live, but the lives that I've had before, where do you think telepathy comes from? Where do you think telepathy comes from? Here's how telepathy comes. Telepathy comes when you start to understand that all of us are connected one way or another. We're all connected one way or another. The other day, some dude was on my live and I was talking to him about telepathy, and he's like, guess what color I'm guessing? And I said, yellow. I don't know if that dude is still on the live right now, but I said yellow. And I kid you not, this guy was shocked when I said yellow. He's like, yo, that's exactly what I was thinking. Or for instance, me and this other dude on the live, I think he's on the live right now, Virat. Me and him he was on my live, and I said something, and he's like, bro, I was literally thinking about this thing earlier on the live. And I'm telling you, this is what synchronization means. And this book is so beautiful, okay? Now, purpose of existence is to learn and evolve towards the state of unity and understanding. Now, if you know anything about XXX if you know what they did to X, I want you guys to know X was here. X was a 33 life path, by the way. He wasn't a normal, regular person. He was not a regular person. And what he started talking about when he was one of his shorts, he was talking about the law of evolution, how you need to evolve, the law of the universe, okay? The law of vibration, okay? The law of harmonious synchronization. If you study these laws, you will understand that the purpose of existence is to evolve. If you are not evolving, you are dying. That's what's happening, okay? If you do not evolve, you start to die. Now, in this book, our consciousness is not limited to our physical body. This is why, so one of my friends, right? This guy had a psychedelic trip. He had a psychedelic trip, and in his trip, you know what he tells me? He tells me, Arsalan, he's like, I felt like I was in a star. He said that he felt like he was in a star. Now, guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but you don't just exist over here. You exist in plethora of different dimensions. And this is what the draconians, this is what the reptilians, this is what the dark forces know. The dark forces already know this. They already know this, okay? These people know that you are a starseed. You're not a normal person. You're not a regular person. They try to convince you that you're a regular person so you can stay stuck. This is why a lot of people, we have to keep repeating our life cycles. We have to keep coming back here. This place is not for us. If you think that this place is for us, it's not really for us. And I'll tell you why. There was even a person that wrote a fucking book. He wrote a book on how humans are not from Earth. We're not from Earth. We don't belong here. And I'll tell you why. If you look at the sciences of a human being, if you are up north in Canada, like where I'm at, throughout winter, if you do not have building, if you do not have artificial heating systems, if you do not have these things, you're gonna fucking die. You're gonna fucking die. Now, if you look at a wolf can live up north during wintertime. A wolf can do that. Humans can't. We can't do that. If you go to a very tropical, hot country, some of these people die. Some of these people die near the equator. This is proven with heat waves. They die. Okay? Now, my whole point being said right now is that if you keep getting attached to the worldly life, you're going to get decimated eventually. You will get decimated. Okay? Now, getting to the law of one. Ra describes the universe as a holographic structure. But how many times have I said this? How many times have I said this on my live? I'm like, you're living in a video game. You live in a holographic reality. This is not real. This is not real. I've said this before. I said when you're looking at something, your retina is interpreting electricity. Your retina is interpreting electricity. That's what's happening right now. So when you're looking at things, you're not really looking at things. Your retina is actually interpreting. Now, Ra said this. Ra describes the universe as a holographic structure. All parts are interconnected and interdependent. So if you're someone that lives in Europe, or if you're someone that lives in Canada, or if you're someone that lives in India or Pakistan, or if you live in South Africa, wherever you live, whatever is happening, any type of oppression that's happening to someone, let's say in South Detroit, or someone in Michigan, or someone in Toronto, any form of oppression that is happening to a soul, you are going to feel it. This is why one of the most strongest laws in the universe is the laws of opposite. See, they're not going to teach you this in school. They'll teach you the law of attraction, and the law of attraction is beautiful, but you know what's very powerful? The law of opposite. If you know the law of opposite, you know that when someone so at a place, if someone is very happy or they're laughing, this is why they say, the ancients have said this, they say that don't laugh too much, because if you laugh too much, you laugh too hard, someone else is going to be crying too hard. This is truth. And if you're somewhere and you're in full despair and you're not feeling well and you're really, really low, don't get yourself too low, because this shall pass too. Because when you get too low, someone else is laughing very hard. So the laws of opposite exists in this universe, okay? Now, extraterrestrial beings have played a role on human consciousness. Y'all, okay, so if you can understand that we're not the only people here. We're not the only ones that exist here. There are forces in the unseen world that exist. I just want the synchronicity to give me the roulette each time I look at my watch. Hang on, let's get. So extraterrestrial beings have played a role in the human consciousness. This is where the Draco reptilians come in. This is where all the angels come in. This is where all the other beings in the fourth and fifth dimensions come in, because, again, I've said this, if you are able to elevate your torus field, your inner cosmos, your inner vibration, if you're able to flow within the lands of the milk and the honey, the 12 ventricle system that you have, what are the 12 springs? What are the 12 springs? This is why, with the proliferation of science and AI, they have discovered that you have a ventricle system within your brain. Your ventricle system is right here, okay? So you have 12 springs that run through your brain. And when the milk and the honey, so this is alchemy. Now we're talking about alchemy. When the alchemy of the body goes into synchronization, you will start to learn that everything in this reality is holographic. That's what's happening, okay? Now, in order to choose the positive path, at least 51% of our thoughts and actions must be dedicated to the service to others. So this is in the law of one. This is what they talk about in the law of one. 51% of our thoughts and actions must be dedicated to the service of others. The best way to do that is to share the love of the Creator, and it is known to the inner self. Now, with that being said, hang on. Hold on. Yo, what's up? I'm master number 11. I was watching your video. Everything you said, so true. Exactly. When you're an 11, see, the thing is, when you're an 11, you just know these things. You just understand that everything that's happening right now is actually designed, and you're an old soul. When you're an 11 life path, you're an old soul. You're not someone anyone can really fool. It's very hard to fool an 11 life path, and because of the many lives that you've lived. This is why if you speak to 11s are magical people. 11s are not normal people. If you're an 11 life path, you're not a normal person. You're not a regular person. The reason why I say this is because when you speak to 11 life paths, they have a sort of mystery to them. They've lived many lifetimes. This is why if you're an 11 life path, or if you're a 22 life path, or if you're a 33 life path, you do not get along with the vast majority of society. You just don't. It's just not going to happen that you get along with the vast majority of society. Now, I want to talk a little bit about dreams. Let's talk a little bit about dreams. I've said this for now a pretty good, decent time. You are in this reality, you are in the physical reality to gather, now pay close attention to this, to gather seeds of information. So you're coming here to gather seeds of information that will show themselves in your dreams. Now, when I talk about the seed of information, what is Arsalan talking about? What is Arsalan talking about? Arsalan over here is talking about The fact that when you go out in nature, when you start to meditate, okay? When you start to dwell on the higher consciousness, the higher realms. This is why I tell you guys, I'm going to tell you something right now. Before the age of 7, you were having a psychedelic trip. Before the age of 7, every one of us were having a psychedelic trip. This, hey, thanks for showing up like this. No problem. Before the age of 7, I want you to know what's happening. Have you ever tried to connect to your earliest thoughts in this matrix? I want you to try to connect to your earliest thoughts in this matrix, and I swear to God, you probably won't even feel like it was real. You're probably going to feel like you're in a holographic reality. You're probably going to feel like, yo, when I was young, like before the age of 7, I think all the thoughts that I have, bro, they were so extraterrestrial. They were so alien. They were so different. They were from a different dimension. This is why, I don't know if you've noticed this, but if you look at kids, right? If you look at the way kids play, bro, they're kids. Yo, let me tell you something right now. If you want to know the reality, see, the thing with adults is adults start to lose a lot of their light when they grow older because they proliferate into dense beings, a lot of them. That's just me being honest, okay? That's just me being honest over here. A lot of adults start to go into the lower realms: sex, food, drugs, backbiting, wasting time. You know what I mean? A lot of these things that they do, it starts to lower your vibration. Now, if you look at kids, why do you think when you watch the show Stranger Things, and I swear to God, I see 444 right now. I'm in Toronto. I see 444. When you look at Stranger Things, what do the kids in Stranger Things say? All the kids in Stranger Things say you can't tell the adults. You can't tell the adults. Why can't you tell this information to the adults? Because when it comes to the adults are actually at a different vibration. I think when you're a child, you're at a theta vibration. So your vibration is actually very, very high as a child. As soon as you grow into an adult, you start to go into denser vibrations. Have you ever noticed when you talk to children, right? Children have like all these big dreams, like ambitious. Like children are so ambitious. Like if you talk to children, they're like, yo, I want to be a pilot, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a rock star, I want to do this, I want to do that. Why? Because children know the truth. Children know that you're here to create a lot of the reality with electrical signals. Like, look, I talk about electrical signals and the sun just starts shining. The sun just starts shining, okay? Now, if you're someone, that, hang on me, if you're someone right now that's not having dreams, if you don't have dreams on a regular basis, I can almost assure you that you're in trouble. You're in trouble. If you haven't had dreams for at least 2 or 3 weeks, okay, 2 or 3 weeks, my friend, you might want to start meditating again. You might want to start meditating. You might want to start stilling your mind. That's what you might want to start doing, and I'll tell you why. Because once you're in stillness, you have to understand your electrical cords, So the biggest electrical cord that you have in your body is your heart. This is why the ancients knew that the heart has to be weighed. The heart is going to be weighed. When your heart gets weighed and it's not pure, it's not at least a 51 and above pure form, you're going to have a lot of trouble. This is why this coil chamber right here that you have, the heart, and this heart connects you to different realms of reality. Okay? The heart is 5,000 times more electrically powerful than the mind. Okay? The heart is 5,000 to 10,000 times more electrically powerful than the mind. So if you want to get into the states of the higher being, I promise you meditation is one of the greatest forms to do that. Okay? Now, when you're dreaming, here's what's happening. Hold on, me get bro is glowing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Never did drugs, never will. I'm leading one righteous path. Without Jesus, you go crazy like this dude. Thank you, I appreciate it. John's you went no Jesus, even if it, bro. Let me tell you something about Jesus. See, this is the thing a lot of people don't get. Who was Jesus? Who was Jesus? Jesus. Yeah, people see the thing is this is why once you are at a mindset of not growth, you will start seeing everything as density. Christos, if you understand Jesus Christos, it's a Christ consciousness. If you don't understand Christ consciousness, you'll always be bounded by the flesh. No one's coming to save you. No one is coming to save you. I'm telling you this right now. You're the one that has to crucify the flesh. You're the one that has to do it. I know this might sound very uncomfortable to a lot of people, but you're the one that's going to have to crucify your flesh by actually ascending to the different dimensions. This is what's happening right now. And once you pass away, you'll know that you are living in a holographic reality. Now, all that being said, thank you. All that being said, we are now moving into a reality, and I'm going to wrap it up soon with this, okay? We're going into very exciting times right now. For the people that have done the inner work, if you've done the shadow work, if you have done meditation, if you have done brahmacharya, if you have done pranayama, if you have done breathing exercises, if you are not a mouth breather, you will start to wake up to the power of manifestation. That's what's going to end up happening. You will start waking up and you will start seeing reality for what it is. Now, in the movie The Matrix, as soon as Neo takes the red pill, his life fully changes. And he sees everything for what it really is. He sees things for what they really are. Okay? No, story. Jesus is just one, the master of the Christ. Exactly. If you guys start to understand that Jesus, bro, if you start to understand that if you look into ancient scripture, you will see that many people like Krishna, okay, people from ancient Egypt, okay, look into thought. Look into all these other things that have happened. These things are cyclical. These people are coming on earth to teach you the one truth. Y'all, they're making you fight. They're making you guys fight over things that are going to polarize you, things that are going to make you hate each other. That's not the truth. Step out of fear. Once you learn how to step out of fear, you start seeing reality for what it is. If you're always in fear, this is what I'm telling you, fear not. Stop fearing things. And you can only get out of fear if you do the shadow work, if you do the work. If you don't do the work, you're always going to perpetuate fear. You're always going to attract what's not meant for you. That's what's going to end up happening. Learn how to love. If you can learn how to love, you will see that reality starts to proliferate into your favor. It's going to start happening for you. Everything's going to start happening for you. A lot of people, they don't chase their dreams. They don't get to live the best version of themselves. And I always say this concept, what I'm about to tell you, is so powerful. Go to your 90-year-old self right now. Connect to your 90-year-old self right now. Now, from that person that you are at 90, go back to where you are right now, whether you're 20, 30, or 40, or you're 50. Are you really taking the risk? Are you really taking the chances? Are you really doing the things that you're supposed to be doing right now? Ask yourself that. Connect to your older version, to connect to that version. Okay? Think about it. When you're 90 and you're sitting here 20 years old right now and you're insecure about the way you look and you don't want to show yourself anywhere, think about it at 90. Your 90-year-old self, that person would fucking wish he could come back to being 20, to coming back at 30, 35, 40. That person would wish that. That person would wish that. And he wouldn't give a fuck about how he looks or this and that. He would just get to work. Just get to work. Just get to work. Now, you don't ever die. You don't ever die. Your physical avatar. This is what happens with people. Let me tell you, ESP, that's her name, right? Let me call you. I'm gonna call you out right now. You don't ever die. What ends up happening is this is what happens when you associate yourself with the physical body. When you keep coming from a dense realm, when you keep on telling yourself that you are the body, yeah, the physical body dies, but you are not the physical body. You are a state of consciousness. You're a state of consciousness. And not everyone, stop forcing people to believe in your belief. Stop forcing everyone to, stop telling people Jesus all the time. Like, I respect you if you want to talk about Jesus, but if you keep on telling people that have different opinions, people are not going to ever listen to what you do. People are always going to follow who you are. Remember this. People don't listen to what you do. They don't give a fuck. People don't care about what you do. People will always follow who you are. If you are not that person, this is why I even tell parents, I'm like, if you're a parent right now, if you're a parent and you're telling your kids to be good, to do this, to go study, to stop being on the phone, all this shit you're telling your fucking kids, but you don't embody them, how long do you think your kids are going to listen to you? This is why people need to start reading the Law of One. Read the Law of One if you want. If you want to know the higher dimensions, go back into the Emerald tablets. Look at what the tablets are telling you. Go all the way back. Go all the way back. All these people came to teach you was love. All these people came to teach you was love. And y'all are fighting over religion? Y'all are fighting over organized religion. Religion is, by the way, religion is beautiful if you understand the allegorical meaning of religion. If you are too stupid, I gotta light one up soon, bro. I gotta light one up soon. Thank you, Arsalan, for saying that. You're welcome, Jarrah. You're welcome. If you keep on fighting over Islam, Hinduism, Christianity, if y'all are keep fighting, let me tell you something. The people that are in control, they'll keep dividing you and they'll keep conquering you. They'll keep conquering you. They'll keep conquering you. Because what do they want you to do? They want you to forget about the light that you are. You are light. You are a light. You are a magnetic being. And look, as soon as I say that, the light comes. The light comes, right? People don't get this. A lot of people don't get this. I don't know if especially past that, especially evaluation, you need to follow your inner self. So I'm for free speech right now. I've been a big advocate for free speech. So if there are people that do not agree to what I'm saying, I don't need you to agree to what I'm saying. I'm just here. This is me. This is a platform for us people to have a open topic. I'm not here to tell you that you're wrong, I'm wrong. No, I'm not here to tell you what to do. All I'm here doing is giving you seeds of information, and you can collect data and interpret it with whatever way you want. That's up to you. Now, let's get to my 11 life paths. All my 11 life paths. If you're an 11 in the chat, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. Now, all my 11 life paths, majority of us know the truth. We know the truth. The reason why we know the truth is because we've lived so many lives. Now, your blood, right? When you're in 11 life path, I want you guys to understand this. Your blood contains all your past life DNA information is in your blood. Once you start to purify the blood, my 11s are in the house right now, so don't even try. Don't even try. My 11s are in the house right now, okay? Once you start to purify your blood, here's what ends up happening. You start to unlock the codes to the higher dimensions. And this is why I'm telling you, you live in a parallel reality. You live in a parallel reality. I don't care if people think I'm crazy or not, but once you've experienced the parallel universes, you can never come back. You can never unsee what you see. You can never unsee it. You can never unsee it. The truth will always remain. The truth will always prosper. Now, I've talked about my past lives on this life. I'm from the Dogon tribe. I'm from one of the most ancient tribes in Africa. I'm from the Dogon tribe. I used to be a white man from upstate New York. I was a black man from Chicago. I was a Japanese man from Japan. That was a very strange life that I've lived. And the only way I can tell you something, if you guys want to know about your past lives, because I get this question a lot. I'm like, a lot of people ask me, they're like, yo, Arslan, how do I figure out my past life? How do I figure out my past life? Okay. The best way to figure out your past life is to start meditating. Is to start meditating. Once you can learn how to get into the higher realms of meditation, once you can learn how to actually get out of contemplation, because contemplation and using reason is very important for a small point. But once you can really still the mind, this is why Bruce Lee said, empty the mind. Empty the mind. Bruce Lee was a very young man and he uncoded the laws of the universe. He decoded a lot of the laws of the universe. If you look at Bruce Lee's interviews, he talks about empty the mind, because if your mind is always scattered, if you're always thinking and thinking and thinking and you're not in the moment, you've got to get back into the moment. The moment is all that exists. This is all you have right now. This is all that you have. The moment. If you keep getting yourself out of the moment, what ends up happening is you go too much into the future, which causes you to have anxiety. You go too much into the past, which causes you to have regret. This is why when you're in the moment, you start to notice the realities of the universe. Split personality. Okay, the past is the past. We move forward though. Okay, dude, you've got no charisma. If you're gonna lie, you need to be at least charming. You're just car. Keep it down. All right, that's your opinion, dude. That's your opinion. I'm fucking charismatic as fuck. Okay, that's why you're still on the live. Why are you on the live? Why are you on the live? If I'm not charismatic, why are you on the live? Get out. Move. Keep it bouncing, John. John, keep it bouncing, buddy. Now, the truth being said is the law of one, it has some real codes of the universe, okay? Before I leave, I'm going to leave you with a couple of things. Ra describes himself as sixth density memory complex evolved beyond the need of a physical body. Once you start to understand that the physical body is actually keeping you in a denser realm. It's keeping you at a dense realm, right? Once you understand that, you will start to go into hyper focus into different realms via meditation and breath work. This is why breath work is one of the most important things that you could ever do in your life. It's breath work. Once you start using breath work, you will evolve into a higher density being. And once the construct becomes aware that you are aware of the construct, it's your last life. It's like your last life. And if you're an 11 life path, I'm pretty sure that a lot of 11s that I've spoken to want this to be their past life. especially because you're an older soul. Once you're an evolved soul, once you're an older soul, you start to see the trap. You start to see the trap of reincarnating back into this density. You start to see it. Now, with all that being said, remember that your dreams are not random. They're literally not random. Your dreams are here for a reason. When you're dreaming, and I've said that, I'm going to say this right now, this is science, okay? If you can learn how to collect electrical codes from the sun, from your environment, if you can start to learn how to raise the kundalini via meditation, via breath work, and if you can learn how to actually secrete the honey and the milk, you will see that your dreams are giving you a message. Your dreams are always giving you a message. And if you learn how to dwell on those messages in your dreams, you will unlock something very big. Always remember that. All that being said, have yourself a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are. 11 life paths. Have yourself a good one. Take care.